this Venn diagram that has essentially three subsets. So we need to find A or B or C. So we're trying to calculate that. They've given us a ton of information here, which we're going to sift through in a second. We need to get our formula put out though. So if we're looking for A or B or C, the formula states that we add all the units of A plus all the units of B plus all the units of C, and then we subtract where there's A and B. So we subtract the units of A and B. We subtract the units of A and C. We subtract, I have to go into the next line here, we subtract the units of B and C. And then finally we re-add the units that have A and B and C. Okay, so here's our formula. It's a bit long. We'll try to make sense of it here with our Venn diagrams. We have an A, a B, and a C. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's call this, actually let's go by our numbers here because I don't exactly know. So A is 20, B is 15, C is 10. Okay, so let's go. C is the small one here. There are 10 units within C. A was the big one, they said there was 20 units, and B was the middle one, they said there was 15 units in total there. Okay. They then tell us that in between, A and B has 8 units, so A and B, we'll write this in black. So that's this part here where they overlap. There's going to be 8 units there. A and C has 6 units, so A and C has 6 units. And finally, B and C has 5 units. And then all together, there are 3 units in the middle here. So let's see if we can fit that in. Okay, so this is quite convoluted. There's tons of information here. Okay, and what we need to kind of do is try to make sense of this formula here. We're trying to find A or B or C. So we don't want any of the overlapping to happen here. And this is essentially our overlapping. This part here, this part here, this part here. And then you can see in the middle they essentially overlap like 3 extra times here. Okay, so we know there's 20 in total, but there's like a bunch of double counting and triple counting going on. So we're trying to figure out how many units are there just in the A here. Okay, so just our A, we're going to start with our total units when we go into this formula. So our A is 20 units. Okay. We then add it to, and I know I haven't set it equal to anything. Let's say equals. Our B is 15 units, and our C is 10 units. Okay. So we add those all together. So think of it, and it's hard to see. I'll do A in yellow here. So all of the A, all of the B, and all of the C. So we've just counted all of these. Okay, so put them all together. So notice that what that means is I've already, because I included all of A and all of C, I've already counted all of this, all of this, all of this. So we counted all those ands. And then technically this space here, this 3, it was counted in A, in B, and C. This was triple counted. Okay, so 3 extra times this is counted over right now. We essentially circled it 3 times. So we need to get rid of all of our and. So this is my A and C. This is my A and B. Right now I'm not trying to count that triple count in the middle. I'm just focusing on these parts here. And this is my C and B. So we're going to subtract at first our A and B. So that would be, I'll highlight it again, that's this part here. So we want to get rid of this, this part, this 8. Sorry, it's not just that part there. That's technically all of this part here. We're trying to get rid of it. We know there's technically 8 there. So we're going to get rid of that 8. We're going to get rid of A and C. A and C is all of this part here. Okay, all of that. So that's counting that middle again. So we're going to get rid of those 6 because they said there was 6, including that middle there. And then we're going to get rid of our B and C, which is all of this part here. And they said there was 5. And that again was counting this middle. So, I'm trying to take you through the steps here. We counted all of the A, which counts this 3, counted all of the B, which counts this 3 again, so we're already at 2. I'm going to try to do a tally here. So we did it with A, we counted the middle, with B, we counted the middle, and with C, we counted the middle. So we've counted this middle 3 times. We really only need to count it once, right? And then with the doubles, we'll use red as subtracting. With A and B, we subtracted the middle, okay? With A and C, we subtracted the middle, and with B and C, we subtracted the middle. So as of right now, we've gone positive 1, positive 1, positive 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Think of the 1 as whatever the middle is. So right now we're even. We haven't actually counted it. There's nothing in there. So that's why at the very end, we add the A, B, and C, and that's where that 3 unit is. Okay? So that's why we add this 3 at the end, because we kind of nullified it through this subtracting of all the overlaps. Does that make sense? How we set that up?
The 3 is part of the 6, right?
Yeah. So now we just kind of go through the process here. 20 and 10 is 30, plus 15 is 45. Negative 11, negative 19, so subtract 19 plus 3. That's going to be the same as 45 minus 16, which is roughly the same as 30, 29. I think it should be 29. We should double check it.
It's going to be 28.
28? Yeah? Okay.
Or 20. Oh, no.
Let's see if you memorize it.
27.
Let's try it. What did we say?
Because
20
if you do 45 minus 20
plus 10
3,
plus 15 minus 8.
27.
What do we say? Minus 8 minus 6. 5 plus 3. 29. Yes, I know my math. That's all right. Okay, long story short, we got it, okay? So it's a big, long formula, and that's the reasoning behind the formula, because we triple count something, then we negate it 3 times, so we kind of have to add it again in at the very, very end. Okay?